Hi there, my name is Leander Sutherland and I'm coming to you from the Kelly Roche studio on the east coast of South Africa, just outside East London. Over the next couple of days we're going to be taking an in-depth look at software, the software that drives our cutting machines. Now, each brand has their own software and then we have third-party software as well. So we're going to kick off with Design Space, which is the Cricut software. It runs the Cricut Explore series, the Cricut Joy, as well as the Cricut Maker. We also will be covering over the next couple of days the Brother Scan and Cut SDX 1200, the Canvas software, as well as the Cameo software. And then if we have time, we're going to have a look at some of the third-party software like Cricut a lot, because each of these has fantastic features. And leading up to the Battle of the Machines, which will start on the 10th and the 11th of April, we want to be able to give you a really good mix of all the good things and bad things about the software, which will enable you to make an informed decision about what you would like to do. If there is anything you'd like us to cover over the next couple of days, we're hoping to be doing this every day, tackling certain parts of different software. So if there's anything specific you'd like to know about, drop us an email, drop me a mail, send me a WhatsApp, and we will definitely try and fit it in. Right, without any more wasting of time, let's have a look at Cricut Design Space. Now, the easiest way to find Cricut Design Space really is to go to Google or Safari. I'm working on a Mac, so obviously the software is identical on a Windows PC. I just happen to be working with a Mac. It works for me. I love my Mac. Okay, so almost as much as I love my Cricut. Alright, let's go and have a look. I'm just going to go to Safari and I'm going to ask for the Cricut Design Space download, and this should take me to somewhere where I am able to download the software. 9 times out of 10, I will always go looking at the address of the website. I'm going to go for the company, which in this instance is Cricut. Okay, so here is everything you need to know about downloading the system. What you need: open internet browser, navigate to design.com. So let's do that. Let's go to Mac. Now, I already have the software installed on this PC, so I'm not going to go through the whole process of installing it again. It's pretty much going to be like installing any other software. There's nothing special about it. It'll come up like this, and I can say, okay, you know what, let's download the software. And it's going to download. And if you look here in the corner, it is busy downloading. Because I already have the software, I'm not going to really worry too much about that. I'm going to just go to Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to ask it to open my software. And yes, I would like to do that. Okay, so there are two things. Sorry, it's just coming up with another screen. I think I pushed. There we go. All right, you're going to do a product setup. If you've now received your machine and you now want to connect it up, you would then click on that one. And from going to follow the prompts. In this particular case, we are setting up a cutting machine, and you have 3 choices. You can choose the Cricut Joy, the Maker, or the Explore. I'm going to, for the sake of this video for now, I'm going to just take the Cricut Maker. And if you haven't already created a Cricut ID, this is where you would do it. Your name, your surname, your country. Well, very clearly we are in South Africa, so let's just put in South Africa. There we go, South Africa. My first name is Leander. My second name is Sutherland. I agree to the terms. Yes, I don't mind. And I need an email address to create my ID. Now, There's my email address, and I'm going to create a password. And we're going to just check the password. It shows I wasn't watching what I was doing. I needed to put my email address in there. And I'm going to create a password. And then we're going to say, create an ID. Now this can take a minute or two, just while the system checks that you haven't pre-registered for something else. Sometimes we've registered and we've forgotten about it. There's our policy updates, and we go straight into setting up our machine. Now what is nice about this, if we follow the pictures on screen, we're going to in fact get to that point. I don't have a maker connected right now, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I am going to exit that and go into our software. Just want to show my mouse pad is sticking at the moment, and there we go. Right, let's take a look at the general looking at our software. When you start, this is all the new goodies, the new features. It'll just tell you each time there's been an update what is new, and you can read it. I'm not very good at reading them, so I just say yes, I've done it, which is not always a good thing. Right, let's start in this top corner. In this top corner, you'll see your name, you'll view your profile. Again, new machine setup. Calibration, should you need to calibrate your machine. Managing custom materials. Firmware update. Your account details. Link cartridges. Cricut Access. Now, Cricut Access is something there seems to be a lot of controversy about. So let's have a look at Cricut Access. Now currently I am not a Cricut Access member. This will tell me how to purchase it, but I don't really want to purchase it. I'm going to just go back to our page. I'm going to go new project. I just want to show you what Cricut Access actually is about. The software is identical for all the versions of the machine. All that changes is your machine's capabilities. So let me just take this down, making my thing a bit smaller. I've set my computer here for my maker, so it's got all my presets for my maker there. If we go to images and we have a look at the images, all the images that are in Cricut Access. Cricut Access is a subscription that you have the right to join, but you don't have to join. And by not joining, you don't lose any of the features of your software. Your software will function the same as a person that's got Cricut Access. Access in South Africa at the moment is 100 Rand a month. I do mine through my Android device or my iPhone, and it charges on the 8th of the month for me, and it goes through at 100 Rand. The difference is with Cricut Access, if you have access, all the designs that have this little green A would be for free. Whereas without access, if I wanted to use this design, I would need to pay 99 American cents for it. And I would have to buy it through one of our devices. So what is the advantage? The advantage of being a member of Access, it gives you the rights to use 138,000 designs, numerous alphabets, etc., etc. If you didn't join it, okay, let's talk about if you did join and subscribe. And you subscribe for a year and you use all the designs. When you stop your subscription, you lose the right to use those designs. Point number one. Point number two, if you are not an Access subscriber and you purchase this design, you have purchased the right to use that design for as long as you have a Cricut account. So even without the access, you will still have that. So there is an upside and a downside both ways. It's just a matter of preference. Now I'm going to quickly log out of this account and I'm going to log into my regular account. I did this deliberately so that I could show you what the difference is. Now I just want to quickly log us in here. Now my Cricut account, my personal account that I use all the time, not the one we use for training and stuff. Now if you go to my access here, I'll show you what the difference is when I go to my images. When I go to my images, where on the other account you saw it charges you per image, on these now it'll tell you I'm subscribed, and that allows me to utilize that image. So if I go down, there's that Peter Cottontail's egg farm, and you see here it says subscribed, and all those designs, 182,000 designs, I have the right to use. Now some of these I may have purchased, and it'll show you on my ownership. If I go to my ownership, and I just want to show you what a purchase design looks like. Now my purchase design, I have purchased the right to use for life. For as long as I have a Cricut account, I get to use this design. Even though it's an access design, I purchased it outright. So I didn't just have it in access, I bought it. Now it may have been from one of my cartridges from my old systems. It could be designs that I used when I wasn't an access subscriber. There are a number of reasons, but these designs will remain mine. I have 76,000 designs that I have purchased. They are mine to utilize. Now they cannot change that. It'll never change. So if I want to use this, I would click on it and I would send it through to my software. So there just gives you a basic outline about how your subscriptions would work and how your understanding how your access subscription would work. Now we have at this stage the free use of the software. All machines that are registered up until the 31st of December 2021 will have unlimited use of the software for life. So it does pay you to do this now and not wait until the new year when they bring in new features and change things slightly. We're South Africans, we pretty much like the way things are. We don't like change, and in this case we don't want this to change. Okay, so there we go. You've got all that information to start with. I'm going to just cancel out of here, and I think we're going to stop it right there for now. A little bit later, I think we'll have a look at how we create our own design within Design Space. See you a bit later. Bye bye.